What's up, family? This your official Ghetto News Reporter, Mary Dash 20 Mary Lee. Today is January 31st, 2022, so they say. Had to put my glasses on and my Native American, foundational American sweater on. All right, this is for my real people who fought blood, sweat, and tears to make something out of themselves and, achieve the American dream without stepping on people's toes and conspiring to take their spot, kill them, or, assassinate their character. That's a word that I never heard before. Character assassination, until I got into Alcoholics Anonymous after I gave my story to the streets and to Oprah Winfrey in 1995 for a second time. Well, basically it was kind of like the third time, because the first time was in 1973 at the age of 6. Second time, 1984. My child abuse rap at the age of 17. Third time, the age of 28 in 1995. And of course, if you're a real Mary Mac admirer, you know my first ever YouTube video, Mary Mac versus the Fat Black Oprah Winfrey, November of 2007. Now, one thing I do not do is chase people, but I do remind people, of my humble beginnings and my misfortunes, and of course, the people that trolled me, that have taken everything away. Now, what is happening here? I'm residing in a trap building, just, a bunch of guys and a few girls trolling, trying to figure out my next move, and pretty much I'm allowing them to navigate my story the way they want to, because they feel as though they know me better than I know myself. And that very well may be, if you're looking at me on video and, listening and writing, hanging on to every word and stuff, but change is constant. It's kind of like, how can I put it without sounding lame? Because I'm dealing with highly educated, astute people who's been to Harvard, and, they're very prestigious, and they've hobnobbed with the best of the best college professors, deans, and, sororities. Whereas myself, Mary Lee, Ghetto News Reporter, and originator of rap music ever since the age of 8 in 1975, only have those very same people hanging on every word that I say, because they know their time is up. You understand what I'm saying? For the most part of it. So, they got rid of Oprah Winfrey. They brought in, and I don't even want to get it wrong, so I'm going to spell it. Lady by the name of the spelling, Chimamandangozi. I may have spelled it right. She's an African American Nigerian. Highly educated, I might add, or very well trained. Born September the 15th, 1977. Now, they say the movie Roots came out with Alex Haley January 23rd. We still in the month of January, according to the Gregorian calendar for America. Now, Roots supposed to came out January 23rd, 1977. Now, when it comes to the girls, because this is no shade against the young African queen, but I've had nothing but problem with this Nigerian so-called manager in my building that is supposed to be associated with the government of my United Snakes of America. It's supposed to be government funded, which means tax write-off and everything else. See, they come over here, they get tax write-off, but they have a list of people who they trying to knock off at the same time. Short story, shout out to my real, Queen Janet Jackson for, standing up and telling her truths and stuff, and not allowing people to, tell it for her. See, I had to stay relevant long enough for my people to be able to stand up and speak for themselves and, tell your own story. Don't let nobody, tell it for you. So shout out to Janet Jackson and stuff, because I was on the bus one day, and it's a true story. And not too, maybe last year sometime. And this lady pulled out a picture that looked like Janet Jackson. She said, I think it was her niece or somebody. And she said, doesn't she look like Janet Jackson? I said, no, she doesn't. That's not Janet Jackson. Now, she has some similarities. She favored her, resembled her, but that wasn't her. And I remember being at the Navy Pier in my city, Chicago. That's a place you go and, that's how they coming over the water, and just kind of hanging downtown and taking over or whatever and stuff. And we just kind of feel it after we be attacked and railroad and, shunned and set up in a trap building to die. But basically, I was at Navy Pier, and they had this one guy. He was a little guy, sounded just like Michael Jackson. All I had to do was close my eyes. I would have swore up and down it was Michael Jackson, but it wasn't. You understand what I'm saying? But that's how much they study us and they clone us. I was listening to one video yesterday about, this African saying that, Foundation Americans are lazy people. We don't like studying and we don't take advantage of the, opportunities that we have over here. And they have a bunch of Africans in their class, and, they take advantage of the grants or whatever the case, because that's part of the setup with the devil. They want us to put one against the other. Now, I'm a person who only got my GED because of the simple fact that people are coming over to my continent, America, from all walks of life, not just Africans. You understand what I'm saying? Eating off my foundational American, plate. So my people out here starving and scrambling for not even crumbs. It's basically like stuff people wouldn't even dare eat or give to their worst enemy. That's how bad it's getting for real people who built this country up or whatever and stuff. And to try to make us a slave, knowing I came out with rap in 1975 before Alex Haley put roots on the TV. You understand what I'm saying? It's a trick of the devil. I used to be up north, Greenleaf and Clark at an AA meeting, Rogers Park Al-Anon Club, and down the street was a African group or whatever it was called a Winter Circle. I remember I went in there once I realized I was being railroaded, and I sat down. It was like, oh, you can't stay here. You can't sit in here. You understand what I'm saying? But they came to AA all day. We didn't turn them away. We fed them, treat them like family. See, that's what it is. They're trying to put us to, one against the other. I remember being in the mall on Green on Clark and Chase. It's a school now, math and science school. They trying to discredit me, and this African guy. I was the only native of my land in the mall. They had ran this other person out and this other black person out, and they gave me a whole bunch of hell. But because I was in the neighborhood for so long, it was hard for them to just, but they did still eventually, treat me bad or whatever. And that's why I'm in this trap building today, basically just rambling, I guess. Long story short, my signature, if you bought something for me, that was about $30, $40. And Africans, they cheap. I would give you a receipt, have you sign off on it, and I'll sign off on it. It was a game. This guy came back a week later talking about, it don't work. I said, I gave you a receipt. Do you know I went to jail for that? Even though I was right. See, they wanted to see what I was selling, so they could see what they could market in their stores. So I made sure I gave them my book, Rhymes, Poems, and Metaphors, plus one song in the uptown neighborhood when I was staying in one of those, rat-infested, big bug, roaches, buildings. 915 West Wilson, apartment 409. Yes, it was. I've never lived that bad in my life unless it was when I was younger. So I know when I was younger, I went through a whole bunch as a baby. So I figured, they just rerounded me, railroaded me after I gave so much of myself, plus my book for free to them, to all the beauty shops and things of that nature. And now they come over here and they say, we lazy. But I gave my writings, feed the children, because I seen Africans back in the day with flies over their face, and belly's big. And I wrote a poem, rap, short story, feed the children. You understand what I'm saying? Because I said, you never know. It could be your mother or friend. Not to make you think, but I hope I do. Because it's time to speak out on this deadly, starvation that's trying to populate our whole, nation, or whatever I said. Everybody has my book, but I don't have it. Long story short, I want to talk about the similarities, because in 2008, May 31st, up north, Rogers Park, not too far from, my AA meeting in the African Winning Circle, I got railroaded for so-called disarming a police officer, May 31st, 2008. And while I was getting railroaded in 2008, the young lady, Shamamanda, was receiving a MacArthur Award in 2008. See, they always have somebody that's willing to take your place. You understand what I'm saying? Real talk. And she said she had a father who supposed to had died, because he needed a kidney or whatever. I got tased in my kidney by the police. You understand what I'm saying? Around 2013. You understand what I'm saying? In 2016, I was on the psych unit at the Cook County Jail in my city, Chicago, because they tried to discredit me. You understand what I'm saying? And didn't want me, going to my AA meetings, and they had me sleeping on the floor on Mother's Day. Now, while I was going through that in 2016, she had gave birth to a daughter in 2016. See, they don't like girls. And if they feel as though you are an intelligent person, this going out to you, young lady, you know what I'm saying? They will, use you up and kill you and raise your daughter, because they already coming after her talking about some LGBT, elemental P stuff. When my first ever YouTube video, Mary Mack versus the Fat Black Oprah Winfrey, not saying I was going after Oprah, but, that's my way of talking. Long story short, I mentioned the transgenders with no, disheartening feelings or nothing. See, they just trying to find anybody that's a girl that they could railroad, because they want to take over and be us so badly that they can't get past the fact that we are the mother of civilization, whether you believe it or not. I don't care one way or another. Dave Chappelle, they came after them. See, once the queen get out of England, I believe it's going to be a transgender queen, but she holding on. She need to pardon me before she check out. So we're going to see what's up. Nothing failed. You understand what I'm saying? But the two is right there. You understand what I'm saying? Right there on the corner. You can't have my crown. That's what my higher power trying to say. You see how close it is? You see that too? Because it takes two to make a thing go right. You understand what I'm saying? I already won what I was supposed to win earlier today. Okay? See the crown? It's America for a reason. Can't have it. Now, this is Luke chapter 9. This is on page 850. The Color Purple came out when I was 18 years old in 1985. Okay? Now, over here, I got some writing. Let's see what I wrote. Martin Luther King Jr., his name is Michael. This is chapter 10. All I do is win. Okay? You see? Martin Luther King, real name is Michael. See, we need to start telling the truth, and people need to stop trying to act as if, we just dumb for no reason. It says the 70 cent out. We're going to read this, and so you can do Luke 9 and Luke 10. I had 19 years of sobriety, and they try to take it from me. You can't take nothing from me, not even my crown. See the smile? Step your game up. Africa, Nigerians, whoever, foreigners, real color people stick together. Real Foundation America, step your game up. What is for me is for me. What is for them, they got to earn. Get it out the mud. Peace.